Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Syberia. We are picking back up right where we left off, and we're going to the factory. We finally found the thing that we need for. Well, we found the thing we need to open the gate. I was also looking for that for the longest time. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Kate?
Dan, I'm so pleased to hear your voice.
How are you, honey? Did you have a good journey? Have you settled in?
It was long, tiring, damp especially, but I'm okay. Especially when you...
Everything going as planned?
Yeah, well, not really. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. Everything's so different here.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I managed to free myself up tomorrow lunchtime. I'll come and meet you at the airport. I hope the flight from Paris won't be delayed. We're expected at the Goldbergs about 8 o'clock. I hope you have the time to take a shower and change, my poor honey bun.
Dan, I don't think the Goldbergs tomorrow night is really on.
Don't worry, Kate. You'll be as perfect as ever. Anyway, you never have to wear much to look really great.
Dan, I'm going to have to extend my stay here. There's one or two complications. You understand?
Kate, honey, what are you talking about? It's only a measly toy factory.
The sale isn't going through as expected. I've got to stay a bit longer. Dan, you don't mind, do you?
But Katie, you can't do this to me. I mean, it's the Goldberg contract. There's millions of dollars on the line here.
I know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll get back as soon as I can, I promise. Okay, I've got to go. I'll call you back soon. Love you, honey.
Our boyfriend? Husband? Wanted us to be on the... Something about Goldberg? Heh. Okay, there's nothing to click there. Go this way first. I should have tried the door, see what she says.
I need a key.
I need a key.
The door's locked, but I've still got to get in there.
Okay, I bet the front door is locked, but I'm gonna gonna check before I do too much here. Imagine I'm gonna do all the things here and the front door is unlocked. I doubt it's open, but you never know. And I don't think we can go here. It doesn't have the glowy yellow thing.
The door's locked, but I've still got to get
Still
in
got
there.
to get in there. But I've still got to get in there. Okay. Yeah, okay. I should have tried the door first, like I like I said. Okay, so we go here. Oh no, a maze? Really? I'm not good with mazes. We're so tiny. Oh, person!
Good
A
morning.
statue.
You've got a magnificent garden here.
Oh, please don't talk about it. Since my gardener automaton broke down, there are weeds everywhere. You can't imagine how much work it takes me. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. We're not used to doing without our robot help here in Veladiland. But everybody says that we're
Veladiland.
going to have to get used to it.
Okay. There's nothing here. It's broken. It's booba. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm 12. It doesn't look broken in here. Oh no. Please don't close, please don't close, please don't close. Oh, this is... Oh! I think that's the key for the ladder. But yeah, like please don't close, but this is not a horror game. The doors shouldn't close. I don't want to go into the maze. Why did I click that? I want to use the ladder to break in. We could you know. Oh,
No
thank God
point.
it's locked.
It's locked.
But we could ask the gardener, like, hey, is there a way in so I wouldn't have to, you know, break in. But it didn't give me a dialogue option, so I don't think talking to her helps. She has her hands full. We're gonna do crimes. Okay, do I... Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that there's a window open there. I hope the gardener doesn't see. We're in. Oh, okay. Oh. Anna. May 14th, 1930. So this is 70 years ago. Yesterday, something terrible happened. I do not know who to turn to, who to talk to. So I have decided to write it down. You, dear diary, are now my confidant and sole guardian of my secret thoughts. Hans lies in the next room, teetering between life and death, and I am terrified. Oh, the injustice of life. First Mama, then Hans. Please, dear Lord, don't take my little brother away as well. The next day. Hans made me promise to keep this a secret, but its burden is too heavy. I know I can tell you, though, dear diary. We discovered a cave in the mountains, a marvelous cavern with ancient paintings on the walls. Only prehistoric man could have painted them, because there were depictions of mammoths, which are prehistoric creatures as well. That much I know. I hate mammoths now. It's all because of them and because of that stupid prehistoric children's toy. Why, Hans? Or why did you try and take it? And why did it let you climb up there? Why did I let you climb up there? It's my fault you are in a coma now. Hans, if you die, I do not know how I could ever forgive myself. The next day. Okay, these go by day. Okay. Hans has still not regained consciousness. Father cannot sleep, and Gertrude cries all day long. Outside the heat is suffocating, but inside the house is icy cold and dismal. I still have hope though. I know my brother. I know his strength. He will pull through. He never gives in. I cannot think of anything else but Hans. Or in all my waking and sleeping dreams, I see his fall over and over. I see his head hitting the rock and his oh so pale face softening. I have taken refuge in the attic. It is the only place where I find any peace wrapped up in all my memories. 5 days have passed since the accident, and Hans has still not opened his eyes. To see him like this is unbearable. Please, God, protect him. Take my life, not his. I feel so desperate, so alone. I want to snuggle up in Father's arms, but I dare not. He is just so impassive. Oh, Hans, don't leave me here. It has happened. Hans has come back to life. He opened his eyes and uttered my name. My name. Do you realize? This is the happiest day of my life. I want to take to the streets and sing, to proclaim my joy to the world. Thank you. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, here's 2 days pass. How wonderful, how beautiful life is. Gertrude and I cannot stop breaking into uncontrollable fits of giggles. Hans even wolfed down his meal today. I knew he was tough, my little brother. Even Father smiled at me today when he said good morning. Then few days again. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm totally absorbed in Hans' recovery. I have scarcely 5 minutes to myself to return to my refuge and scribble down these words. Then again, few days. It is very curious whether Hans is hungry, thirsty, or if he wants something. He cannot stop saying my name. He can't bear it when I leave him, even for an instant. Gertrude thinks that I should move my bed into his room to help him sleep better. I hope that Father will agree. Today was the first day that Hans has left the house. We went for a short walk in the garden, but Hans is still very weak. The doctor said we should be patient and shouldn't rush him. It is so hard, though. I hope so much that life can return to how it once was. No, there's like a few weeks. Hans has been out of his coma for a month now. He still doesn't say much and has difficulty moving. He sits motionless for long periods of time, his eyes wide open, as though lost in thought. I have often had to call his name several times before he reacts. Then he will smile, and when he does, the moment is magic for me, and I couldn't possibly be happier. I had to talk to him. The burden was too great. I asked Hans about the accident in the cave to find out what he could remember. He could utter only one word. Mammoth. And his eyes glowed so strangely when he said it that he frightened me. I go back to school today, and for the first time in my life, I'm dreading it. I'm afraid of leaving Hans alone. Despite Gertrude's kindness and attention, I have the impression that Hans is much less nervous when I'm there. Oh, there's month, almost 2 months between, and then again over a month. While I was doing my homework yesterday evening, Hans crept up on me quietly, so quietly that he made me jump. He took a pencil and blank sheet of paper, and curiously he started drawing. It is the first time since his accident he has done anything but daydream. Hans scribbles almost obsessively. It is all he will do all day long. I feel it annoys father. Nobody else understands, but I can see that Hans is trying to draw mammoths. Today is my birthday, and Gertrude has made me an apple pie, my favorite. But father has not returned home for lunch, and Hans doesn't want to leave his room. The best present I could ever have is to see Hans back on the way to recovery. The snow is falling. It is so beautiful. The next year, the doctor visited to examine Hans. He seems happy that my little brother has fully recovered his faculties. It truly is a miracle. I don't understand why he doesn't talk more, though. Why isn't he livelier, like he was before? It is Hans' birthday. Today he is 11 years old. I have the strangest of impressions that actually he has lost 5 years rather than gained one more. The doctor has just left. I saw him whispering with father. The serious expressions worried me awfully. What could they be hiding from me? I am grown up now, at the age of 15. You can understand everything. I am too scared to ask father what is happening. Yes, at 15 you're a grown up. I have been thinking, and it seems to me that Hans's attitude isn't normal. The shock of the fall and his coma must have had much more serious effects than we first imagined. Hans, my dear brother, what is happening to you? I have discovered the truth. Hans is stunted, physically and mentally. I eavesdropped a conversation between the doctor, father, and Gertrude. Gertrude buried her tear-filled eyes in her apron, and father muttered the word retard under his breath. How could he say such a thing? Yeah. It is Easter, and we're on school holiday. This means I can spend all day with Hans and protect him from father's permanent dark moods. He cannot accept the fact that Hans, his only son, will stay in this state forever. It is truly difficult to accept, but it is not Hans's fault. Mine, maybe, but not Hans. I don't know how to make father understand. He seems full of hatred for him. It is dreadful. I feel so powerless. 1 year. 1 year has gone by, and it feels like an eternity. The situation shows no signs of improvement, neither in terms of Hans's mental health or father's attitude towards him. Extraordinary. Father has decided to take Hans to Paris for new tests. He says that only in French capital will he find truly competent doctors. We must make Hans ready for the great expedition. Okay, now I'm sorry. I had to count with my fingers the months. So this is the next, like, a week later. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes. No news from father and Hans. I remain hopeful. I'm sure they will take good care of my little brother. They have returned. Hans rushed into my arms and started crying. It took me a long time to calm him down and get him to sleep. Father is still as taciturn as he was before he left. The French doctors have confirmed the diagnosis. Hans will remain physically and mentally impaired. I am stunned. Okay, and then the summer went by. The summer is coming to a close. It has been less stifling than the last. The sun has put color in Hans's cheeks. When I look at him, I have difficulty imagining that he will not change. Father still says nothing and increasingly shuts himself away in his office at the factory. Christmas. Gertrude tells me that love and faith triumph over any science. I lack neither. God be praised. Father took Hans to the factory this morning. Hans was so afraid that I accompanied them. Fortunately, Father said nothing. I failed to understand why he insisted on bringing him there. Father left for the factory with Hans once again this morning. I think he wants to persuade Hans that he could be useful for something. It is his way of resisting fate. For a month now, every morning Hans has gone to work with Father at the factory. I'm not exactly sure what he does there, but he seems to enjoy it. I feel my brother's behavior has changed considerably. He is much less capricious. I could cry. Hans has made me a present, a small robot mammoth with a trunk that rises and falls. When Father saw it, he nodded his head in satisfaction. Both Gertrude and Father now have their own robot mammoths. Theirs are even more intricate and finely tuned. Little brother is not such a retard after all. I really don't like that word. Hans's mammoths now walk, raise their trunks and wag their tails. It's incredible. I met the head of the factory workshop, Mr. Gribbs, this morning. He says that for a young lad of 12, Hans is very gifted. It is a shame he only makes elephants. Again, the next year. Father and Hans were locked in a long discussion yesterday, or should I say Hans was locked in one of Father's long monologues, and it is inconceivable that Hans should go to school like other children. Father wants to take him on as a worker at the factory. However, Hans will have stopped making his own little devices. Hans's silence, his half-gaping mouth and staring eyes finally sent Father off in a rage. I tried to broach the subject with Hans. I suggested he should obey Father. Learning a craft at the factory is his one chance to do something constructive with his life. He is so gifted and takes so much pleasure in making automatons. He did look like he wasn't listening to me, but I know he'll think about what I said. It's not that Hans cannot speak. It's rather that he doesn't want to speak. He uses the least possible words for communication, except with me, but he's still very economical. English, please. Economical with words. Incredible! Hans was not just satisfied with learning how the assembly line works. Instead, he has completely redesigned it. Father and Monsieur Gribbs are taking a serious look at his plans. Father has wanted to talk to me about my future since I passed my exams. He wants to send me to university because he says my intelligence is astounding. My heart was beating so loud. It is true, I do love studying, but I couldn't bear to be away from Hans. What a ghastly summer. I have been permanently torn between my desire to go to university and my refusal to leave my brother. I talked about it with Hans, but he said nothing. That same evening I found my own little mammoth broken. Hans had another fit of hysterics at dinner again. Father announced that Hans's new assembly line would soon be finished. However, they have removed the automaton parrots that shout orders as they were deemed superfluous. Hans was livid. He hurled his soup dish to the ground and stormed off to his bedroom. What will happen between the both of them when I'm not here? Despite my scruples, I am finally leaving. Hans has not talked to me for a week. Father would not understand if I told him why I wanted to stay. My heart is so heavy. Christmas. It is so strange to be home. I had never left home for such a long time before. Once we were alone, Hans did not stop talking. Words just leaped from his mouth. How we laughed at his excitement. He presented me with a delightful little ballerina to replace the mammoth, he told me. I was so touched that I started crying. Distance has done nothing to harm the strong bond between us. Oh, that's like 4 years. It is strange to pick up this diary once more. At first my impulse was to tear it up, but I resisted and instead succumb to my second desire, which was to write for a while. I'm alone in my attic once more. I have been home for 2 months now, and after a summer spent living with the intense joy of being reunited with my brother, Hans has returned to the factory. Father has aged so, and Gertrude's arthritis causes her terrible pain. All in all, these last 4 years have been kind to Father and Hans. Their relationship is less tense. They still do not exchange much conversation, but they now have a thing in common, the factory. I am even beginning to feel a bit jealous. Silly, really. Hans hasn't changed. To help Gertrude, he has designed a totally automated kitchen, and Gertrude can't stop moaning at the wooden puppets. Oh, how I adore them. I went to go and see Father and Hans at work. I hadn't been to the factory for ages. It is strange how much it has changed. It was very curious to see them, set about their tasks. I like Father's new office very much. Hans has a small workshop on the first floor, crammed with odds and ends, unfinished robots and designs, exactly as I imagined it, in fact. The factory is working very well. Orders for toys keep coming in, spurred on by the run-up to Christmas. When I was at university and I said my name was Vorarlberg, people would ask me if I had any relations to the Valadilen factory. Now I know the effect that Hans's genius has had on the factory's renown. To make myself useful, I started helping Father set his papers in order. The most extraordinary thing of all is that for the first time ever I have the impression that the three of us form a real family. Hans never ceases to surprise me. Between home and the factory, his behavior is so very different. In his workshop, he is serious, concentrated, a proper young man who keeps his eye on everything going on, constantly on the move and in control. One has the impression that each single toy is his very own infant. At home, he turns back into a child once more and is either moody or happy-go-lucky buffoon. Christmas. The most wonderful Christmas of my whole life. Hans and I could not stop giggling like children beneath Father's disapproving glare. I know that he was only pretending, really. Our hearts are so full of hope. Hans came to see me in my bedroom yesterday evening. I felt terribly awkward, terribly ill at ease. I might have guessed Hans wants to leave Valadilen, the house and the factory. He wants to go traveling. He doesn't know where to or for how long. That's just like him. I was so shocked that I told him his plans were foolish. He left my room without a word. His head bowed. I thought that he wanted to leave because of Father. Not at all. It's because of the mammoths. He wants to go tracking mammoths. I thought he had gotten over his obsession. I know my father only too well. I wouldn't dream of telling him his quest is useless. It isn't worth it. He will not listen to reason. I was so selfish the other evening. I returned to talk to Hans and asked him gently if he was sure of his decision. I already know what the reply is going to be. Nothing will make him change his mind. Despite my profound sadness and despair, I must help Hans fulfill the destiny he has chosen. To announce the news to Father, I fear the worst. The worst was worse than my fears. Father's anger was terrifying. He shot Hans away in his workshop at the factory and has forbidden all visits except from Gertrude, who feeds him. Father has decided that Hans should remain locked up for as long as it takes him to abandon his infantile decision. Gertrude tells me that Hans is very despondent, yet highly resolute. The worry is driving me mad. As soon as Gertrude returns from the factory, I hasten to get news of my little brother. He doesn't say anything. He just fiddles with bits and pieces, she replies every day with a sigh. I have tried desperately to reason with Father, but I know I am just wasting my breath. Hans is 18 years old today, and he is all on his own for his birthday. Okay, I'm gonna actually check when did Dad lock him away? January 24th. Yeah. Or February 1st, but at that time. Okay. In secret, Gertrude delivered to me a small robot from Hans. It's a robot of us as children. It works with a small cylinder punched with tiny holes. I quivered with emotion as I turned the key. The message it gave was simple. He was telling me he loved me very, very much. Gertrude gave me a different tiny cylinder for today's toy. Hans is truly incredible. He has found a means of communicating between us and us alone in total secret. My days are spent eagerly awaiting Hans's messages. He has now resolved to run away. He is preparing his escape, like if it was a game. Gertrude has returned, and she is beside herself. Hans has disappeared. Father has not even deigned to return to the workshop, where he locked up his son, nor find out how he managed to escape. He just gave me a black look as if he knew we were up to something behind his back. It is beginning to dawn on me that Hans has gone. I miss him so much. Lord, please protect my little brother and watch over him for me. With Hans gone, Father now locks himself away, night and day, at the factory. The house is so gloomy now. This morning I caught Father in the drawing room installing a coffin on a trestle. The sight of it made my blood freeze. What on earth is he up to? My questions meet only with stony silence and a permanent black countenance. Behind closed curtains, the drawing room with a coffin surrounded by huge candles has become a veritable funeral chamber. This is ghastly. I have just understood what Father is up to. This morning the priest came to pray before the coffin and I finally caught on. Father is in mourning for the death of Hans. Father made the priest believe that his son was dead. How could he do such a thing? In the madness occasioned by his grief, my father grows even more cold and calculating. He contacted his old friend Dr. Small, who duly drew up a bona fide death certificate without even seeing the body. I dare not imagine what yarn he spun. Hans's funeral will be officially held next Sunday. Father strictly forbade me to attend. This sordid masquerade makes me feel ill, but I cannot denounce the subterfuge, or else I will display my father's mental instability to the world. The shame would kill him. That much is certain. I have to get away, far, far away. And a month later, no, I will not leave. I have thought long and hard. My life is here, next to my father. He needs me too much now. The factory needs me, because Father is incapable of running it now. Besides, I can only find peace of mind among Hans's robots. And how shall I know when he has sent me new ones, if I am not at home to receive them? No, I shall not leave. My destiny is to remain here and keep watch. Oh, that's sad. Nothing to say about that? Okay. Okay, that I feel like that took me like forever to read. Okay, we got an ink bottle. And this takes us back. Yeah, this takes us back. Go here. Let there be a light. Oh, fuck, that scared me.
Mamas. You draw mamas for Momo?
Momo, it's you. You scared me. What are you doing in here?
Momo want mama's picture, like Hans' picture.
Sorry, I haven't got a picture of a mammoth with me.
Take paper and pencil and draw mamas for Momo.
You don't give up easily, do you? Do you know if Anna came here often with Hans?
Momo want mammoth picture, like Hans picture.
What's going to happen to you now that Anna is gone?
Momo big now. They want Momo live at inn. Momo don't want. Momo take care of Momo.
From what I've
Aw,
seen,
you're cute.
you look pretty resourceful. It must be fascinating to live in a village full of automatons.
Automatons made by hands. Difficult work. When Momo big, he do like hands. Momo friend of automatons.
Tell me, Momo, did you come here a lot with Anna?
Mm-hmm. Anna like Momo. Anna like Hans. Anna on journey.
You're a sweet kid, Momo, but I can't draw, least of all mammoths.
Draw mammoth easy. Hans draw mammoth. Anna draw mammoth. Kate too.
I mean, maybe I could do a quick squiggle of a box, say, that has a mammoth inside.
No, Momo want a real mammoth.
My
Okay.
goodness, you are one stubborn boy. Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
Okay, I draw mammoth for Momo. Oh, I can't. How do I draw? I thought I would sit on here and draw. Maybe I need something else. I have the ink. Ah, a mammoth. Mammoth made by Hans. Nice. Momo? Take? Yes. Here you go. She's so happy.
Thank you. Momo happy. Now follow Momo. Momo show his secret to Kate.
Secret. Let's go. Okay. Momo? Where did he go? There. You can still see his head. Oh, okay, this way. My god, the birds are so loud in this scene. Why are they so ear-piercingly loud? Kate, please walk faster. Mm-hmm. Momo, where did you go? Momo! We finally get to go through the gate. Yes! He has a key. Thank you, Momo. God, this is beautiful. The app I used to make the game work, it also had some like graphical updates on it. So I think this game looks a little better than it looked in 2002. I wonder where there's a separate scene for that. I wonder if something happens. This is so beautiful. Very pretty game. Again, I'm looking if there's something I can click, but I don't think so. Is that a boat? It is a boat.
It's a shame this boat's been left to rot. Now it's full of holes.
Hmm. This game is so pretty. Like the town is so cute. And the forest or this area looks so nice. Hey Momo. What you up to?
There you are, Momo. This is some walk you've taken me on. I've got to say, though, it sure is mighty pretty.
Momo come here often. Momo like make splash in water.
Mission?
Why have you brought me here?
Mammoth doll in cave. Very important for hands, Anna say.
Cave? What cave? Where?
Momo not liar.
I believe you.
Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
Is the cake here? The stairs there. No, you don't want to walk on the water? Oh, there is the cave. Oh, I didn't see it there. I mean, you could have just gone over the water.
It must be broken. I've got to get a helping hand here.
Oh, Momo? I asked Momo for help. Oh, we can. Okay. Help?
Momo, I've got something else I want to ask you.
Momo listening.
Can you
Help.
help me, please?
What do?
Help me open the dam.
Momo strong.
Am I not gonna help? Oh no.
Oops.
Momo, very strong. I just put it in my pocket.
That looks broken. That looks
It
broken.
sure does. Okay, Oh, no. Okay, no. I need something else. I could touch the boat earlier. There was nothing in there. Yeah.
I could use one of the oars from this boat as a lever. But how am I ever going to get a hold of it?
You could, go to the water a little bit, lean on the boat.
Ugh, that oar is all dirty and wet. Ugh,
Can you take it?
that oar is all dirty and wet. Ugh, that oar is all dirty and wet.
I mean, get a hold of yourself. You are a very fancy lawyer, lady. Where's my mouse? Okay, here. You should get
Momo,
your hands dirty a
I've
little.
got something else I want to ask you.
Momo listening.
I've moved the oar nearer. Be a good boy and carry it for me?
Momo say yes.
You could have, taken it yourself. Thank you, Momo. I'm sorry I'm such a spoiled brat that I couldn't do it myself. Fancy lawyer from the big city. I can't touch dirty things.
Momo, I've got something else I want to ask you.
Momo listening.
Can you help me, please?
What do?
I need a hand opening the dam.
Momo say yes.
I need a hand
Momo's strong.
opening the dam. Momo's so strong. job.
Momo very strong.
Momo, very strong. Thank you, Momo. Very good boy. Okay, I'm gonna leave this episode here. We're gonna see what happens in the cave. I'm very excited about what's going to happen. I have to say the game has turned out a little different than I expected, but that's only a good thing. I'm very excited about this. So next episode we go to the cave, find the mammoth, and do we then go to Syberia? Who knows? But I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!